there's a bunch of controls that are naturally part of your software delivery lifecycle. They happen when you're building software. They're about artifacts. They're happening when you're controlling whether a release should happen. They're happening in your runtimes. But then there's a bunch of other controls that happen outside of that kind of value stream, but they still exist as part of the software. So that's just to give some examples, right? You might say that every repo in our source code version control system must have a maintainer file. We just have to know who owns what repos in our system, right? You could just check that manually once a month, but you could also automate that control. You could say, hey, we have this risk. It's that we don't want code that's not owned by someone in the organization. Or you could write a piece of software that checks it on a daily basis, gets the metadata from each repo, evaluates that there is a maintainer's file and the person or people inside that file are still employees of the company. And if not, send an email or create a ticket or whatever. That is an example of a lifecycle control. Now, you could force that into being checked as part of your software delivery process, but it's not natural there. There's a lot of places where you wouldn't actually be having a software release process for every repo, for example. So these are controls that should be automated and engineered outside of that kind of value stream.